Hey guys, today we are talking all about reflectors. Hey, I'm Rachel, your host of the Be You Babe podcast, and I'm really excited to talk about reflectors today. They don't get nearly the attention that the other types do, mainly because there just aren't a lot of reflectors in the world. But you know what? You still have a place in this cosmic world and in this cosmic plan, and you're here just to do your part of it just as much as any of the rest of us. So today is all about you as a reflector. And I want to focus this episode primarily on messaging for reflectors, business for marketing for reflectors, and not necessarily like the nuts and bolts of being a reflector. You can get that information a lot of other places on the internet. I want to focus on like the expertise that I know in messaging and how you can convey your work in a way that feels really good for you. So the first thing I want to say is that your environment is so important. It's like your top priority. If your environment feels off, then it doesn't matter what you do to your messaging. It doesn't matter what you do to your business. It's going to work. It's going to feel like a wool sweater in summer, right? You're first need to pay attention to your environment. So if that means working from a coffee shop, if that means working from a different space, like really understanding, does your environment feel good? Does the space that you're in, the people that you're around feel good and delightful, right? That I think delightful is a better, easier word to feel into than surprise as a reflector, but delightful. How can you feel more delightful in your day as like your environment stands, right? So that's start there first and foremost before you do anything to your messaging. Make sure that your environment is in alignment, right? And then we go into what your core messaging is, what you're known for, your unique selling point, right? And for you, your unique selling point is about your wisdom that you're sharing, and you're creating a community around that wisdom. You are that center point, as much as you may or may not like that, but you are that center point. How can you create a community of people that want to hear your wisdom, right? They appreciate your wisdom. They have the same values as you. Really, even talking about your values in your messaging can be really helpful to create a community of people that are like, yes, like she and I are cut from the same cloth type of feel, right? They really appreciate your wisdom. And it can be around what the change that you want to see, right? Like you understand people in such a deep way. You understand what they're doing or how they're living their life out of alignment and what they need to do to get back into alignment. So on creating that community around that and really showing people that, hey, I can shift you out of this, right? And that's what you're looking for in your core messaging is this community aspect. Okay. If you're a business coach, right? And if we take this example of a business coach that's a reflector, you're looking at changing the way people run their business, right? You're assessing what you feel is the way people are doing it in the wrong way or in a way that is not serving them, right? And creating a community around people that are doing business different. If you're a health coach, right? Sensing what people need in their health, whether that's physical health, whether that's mental health, but helping them understand what they need to shift so that they can feel more vibrant in their life and recalibrating their whole body systems, right? To be more in alignment. That's what you're creating the community around, the change, right? In your messaging, when we get to like, okay, let's take this unique selling point and let's put this into our messaging and take it out to the world. You're with an undefined throat. Number one, it's really, really important to listen to your audience, really hear what they're saying and reflect it back to them using their words. No coach speak, like really understanding where your people are at, what is the problem they're struggling with and the way that they're looking at it. And you can say, hey, I know that this is the way that you are feeling like it needs to be solved, right? Like this is the solution you think is possible. But if we shift this in your business, this is what's possible, right? That kind of language. Um, and also looking at the transits, what's happening in the transits, and is that affecting your chart? It is, but how is it affecting your chart, right? Is it creating a channel of, maybe it's bridging that gap of a hanging gate, and now you have a channel to the solar plex. And this week you can really feel into the emotions and the experience, and using that information to tap into a brand voice that's a little bit different, right? Your voice is a bit of a chameleon, right? Anyone with an undefined throat, your voice is a chameleon. So understanding that those transits are changing how your voice is projecting out into the world. And you can use that to your advantage, right? Maybe it's storytelling one week, maybe it's talent and it's passion, right? And tapping into that when you're creating content, when you're writing sales pages, things like that. You don't have to lock yourself into always talking in story or always talking about like your chameleon. Allow it to change, allow it to be free flowing with each week and how you're feeling, right? Um, and you're building offers that you can put on the back burner, not on the back burner, but like on evergreen after you're ready to move on to something else, right? Understanding that you're not changing your mind as often as many Jen, perhaps, but you have this ability to morph and change and allow it to be free flowing. And I never want to see anyone like creating everything from scratch over and over because, hello, I've been there. How can you create offers that then can go on evergreen, that can be um, delivered and or done in a way that doesn't take your energy anymore, and you can focus on this project that you're feeling surprise and delight about, right? So that way everything is always adding up, right? Um, so the things in business, we want to be looking for that delight, that feeling of delight and surprise. And maybe that's changing up your environment, making sure that you can be around different people at different times of the day, or those types of things. How can you bring more surprise and delight into your messaging and your business strategy in general, right? If your messaging is feeling heavy and like, oh, I don't want to do it, it feels like so much work, honor where you're right. Honor maybe there's a transit that's pulling you in, or maybe it's just life is feeling kind of heavy right now. Honoring that, and when you honor that, you open yourself up to the surprise and delight that is possible, right? So maybe that looks like changing and going to a coffee shop to write something. Maybe that's just posting something inspirational that you need to hear right now. And it's by then can inspire someone else that needs to hear it too. I see that a lot with reflectors. They're posting it something that they need to hear just as much as other people need to hear too, right? And it inspires everyone. Um, and, where do we want to go from here? Okay. Yes. You want to feel into what makes you unique as well. Understanding what your zone of genius is, what you're really good at. I mean, you can look at sun gates and your incarnation cross. You can look at your north node as well to understand what are these things that you're here to really experience on a deep level, as well as teach on a deep level. That's your north node, really teaching that. Your sun gates, your incarnation cross, it's just big energy in your life. It's themes that are going to play out on repeat, right? And is there something in that you can really teach other people how to work through, as well as looking at your Mercury gate and understanding the energy of your Mercury gate and the high frequency as well as the challenge or the low frequency, right? And how you have transcended from that shadow to the higher frequency, and sharing that with people of how they can do it too, how you've done it, those types of things, and understanding that energy can be really, really magnetic to reflectors. And then lastly, like work in a way that allows you to just flow a little bit more with the day, right? there doesn't need to be a specific set way that you do business. You get to decide what this looks like for you. And the more that you can kind of dip in and out of things will allow you to feel like you're connected to the cosmos and connected to people while still having that time to decompress and be in your own energy and in your own aura. So allowing your business to flow a little bit more and not having it be like what everyone says business should look like, right? You get to decide what that looks like along with your messaging. So I hope this was helpful in unpacking your messaging as a reflector. I would love to hear your comments. If this was helpful, drop a comment below or send me something on Instagram. I love hearing all of the comments from people. And yeah, so we're into December. I'm super excited to like end the year. And honestly, this year has been super pivotal in my own business and my own level of leadership and my own level of confidence. And next year is going to be even better. So have a great week, everyone.